Hello everyone, this is Tess Rollins with Simply Enhance. I just wanted to take a few minutes to show you the products and the close-ups of the projects we created together this week with the hashtag Simply This or That. I want to take a quick moment to thank everybody for continuing to follow, like, share, and vote on the Simply This or That challenge. So it's been fun, and I look forward to creating more with you in the upcoming weeks. So the products that you selected by voting on social media were the Nothing's Better stamp set, the Tailor Tag Punch, our reversible ribbon, and then the Artistry Blooms Designer Series paper. So let's get started, and before I do that, let me go ahead and show you the beautiful papers like I always do. And as you know, our papers are double-sided, lovely vibrant colors. Sorry about that. And let's switch over to the back. And these would be great not just to cut up, but you could stamp just on top of these. That would be great. I could see, doing some scenery. We do have some stamps that have like mountains and trees. It would be great to stamp directly on top of these papers. So let's get to the projects really quickly. I'm going to bring them all in at the beginning, and then we will take a few of them away as we normally do, and as I talk a little bit more about them. So let me go ahead and bring these up just a tad so that you can see them all. And you're gonna see, just like I posted on social media, you're gonna see that I have created one of the cards the same twice, and I'm gonna explain about that. So this is our nice little group photo. Everybody can see what we've done, and I'm gonna take a couple of these away as we get a closer look at these projects. So for the Simply Stamping, the very first card that I created was actually this card right here. And I'm gonna take this other one over to the side so you can see the differences. So for Simply Stamping, the definition is stamps, inks, and paper. So this is all stamped inks and paper. There's no extra supplies that I used. The only thing was that I did do a lot of what we call fussy cutting, meaning I cut out a lot of the images, so that, and then I popped them up on Stampin' Dimensionals, so just to give it some interest. So I got some feedback from some of my colleagues and said, you know what, that's really great, but I'm a really simple stamper, or a couple of my friends said they were lazy stampers, so that's just a little bit more intensive than I would want to do for a simple stamping project. So of course I listened to them, and I'm gonna bring in this version. It's the same exact layout, but as you can see, there's not a lot that are popped up. The only things that I cut out and popped up on these were the actual words, so the actual sentiments. So it's the same exact thing. The only thing is this is simple stamping. It's just directly to paper. It's all flat. And then if I bring in the two together, you can see that there's dimension on the first card. But I went ahead and created this card again, same layout, and just took away some of the dimension and a lot less cutting. Okay, so that is this would be truly our simple stamping project. Okay, so let me go ahead and go to the second one. Our second one is for the Casual Crafter. So I'm gonna put that down there for just a second as I talk about this one. The Casual Crafter, it would be stamps, inks, and paper, and may have a few extra products or craft supplies lying around, like punches or little accessories. So let me go ahead and talk about this one. So this one is for cookies. So what I've done here is the Tailor Tag Punch that you voted on to use. And then we have another punch that looks like a jar. And we actually have an insert that you can put in. It's a little accessory, and that way you can put things in it. So this one I just stamped out the cookies and I placed the cookies in there. Now, as you can see, the cookies don't move. What I did was, just a little tip, is I took a couple of mini glue dots and I kind of glued the cookies together a little bit so that you wouldn't end up with all the cookies falling behind each other down into the jar. So these are kind of glued together with mini glue dots, so just to keep them in place. Okay, so again, this would be for a casual crafter that may have an extra couple of punches, you know, may have some other types of adhesives. And then for our avid crafter, I have created a mini coffee kit, and in that mini coffee kit, I have just taken one of our new acetate boxes. It's a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, I believe, and it perfectly fits the 3 by 3 cards that we have. It may be 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. I would have to check that for the measurements of this box. But anyways, all I've done here is I've taken, and I'm going to slip this off so that I could take this apart just a bit. So inside, what I've done here is I've taken the miniature, I guess it's a instant coffee type of thing, and I've covered it with the DSP, and then I also have like some creamer. Again, I covered it with the DSP, and then I just use a piece of tear and tape. What I've done to adhere them together so they don't slide off is I've just put a couple of mini glue dots in between them. Okay, so that's what I've done with the instant coffee and creamer. I stamped a nice little tag here and used our reversible ribbon. And then inside the box, so I've kind of made like a little booklet with pockets. So this just slides right out, just like that. And then inside, there's like some little pockets where you can put the different sweeteners. I know that people have, you know, different tastes on whether or not they use real sugar or whether or not they want to use the brown sugar or stevia. So I've given them a selection, and it makes a nice little gift. You can also make this slightly bigger and you can put tea bags in it. So it's a nice little gift to be able to give someone if you choose. And it's super simple. I mean, it looks like it's a lot intensive work to do. It is more, I would consider it for an avid crafter, just because there's a lot of cutting involved, and you know, there's a lot of folds. But once you break it down, it's pretty simple to create. And again, it's a nice little gift that you can give to someone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back all of the projects one more time so that you can see a group photo or a group video of the projects. Let me bring these back in. You guys get a good look. And then, as always, if you have any questions regarding, you know, how something's made or maybe the measurements, you know, just pop me an email at tess@simplyenhanced.com. I would be more than happy to answer your questions. So there you go with all of our projects. I believe they are all in the screenshot now. And I look forward to seeing your votes and comments on social media for our next round. We'll see you next week.